Hello there, Akko here again. Welcome to episode 2 of my FTB Beginner's Guide, or Newbie Guide. I've not been on the server at all, I've not been in single player at all since I finished recording yesterday, I believe it was yesterday. So, we're exactly where we left it. So, we've got a little base set up. What we want to do now is, we want to secure this a little bit. So, that stuff's gravel. This stuff's cobble. Let's grab a bit of cobble. Just want to make our base a little bit more secure by making this route in a little bit of a bottleneck. Then if things do come in, we can deal with them a bit easier. So for now, let's just put that up there like so. Get that one back. And yeah, that's kind of alright. So I just want to make sure that if anything comes in from this side, I can see it. It's a bit open, this place, so we are going to get some spawn probably. I can get some chickens, which is good. I'll take this cobble as I see it. Sorry, copper. Now copper, in Feed the Beast packs, copper spawns at specific heights. You'll find that we do most of our mining, which I'm going to go on to this episode. We do most of our mining down at what's known as diamond level. But for copper, it doesn't spawn that low. I think it has to be, it seems to be maybe 25 or above, and then well, we're at 67, so it's definitely at 67 as you can see here. So copper spawns a little bit higher up. So if you do all your mining down at the bottom of the world, you miss out on the copper. So we have to spread it out a little bit. Later, when things are automated, we'll be using things called quarries, which are probably the simplest way of getting mass resources. There are other ways, which I will talk about, but the simplest way is just a quarry, because once you've got certain other bits, you can just set the quarry up and then forget about it until it's done its cycle. Other things require setting up different ways to fuel them and stuff like that. A quarry, once you've got to the point where you've got an item called a tesseract, or a couple of items called tesseracts in a quarry, you can pretty much set your quarry up, come back the next day, and it'll have, or if you're on a single player, AFK somewhere, and the quarry will work until it gets down to bedrock. So that's pretty cool. Right, I'm going to leave a light in there, just in case things spawn. We can probably use this space for something, have it as a little pantry, something. So we're going to spread out into this cave as we build. Right, you've got to be careful, because we've got a bit of a hole below us there. And that block looks a bit funny. I think it's just a bit of shadow around it. Okay, so this episode I'm going to concentrate on not processing stuff as yet, but actually getting down to where the main bit of your manual mining is going to be. So just check things. I need to tab out a sec. Tab back in because I'm throwing things on the floor. I don't know if that's just me, but sometimes, look, I'm doing it again. If I tab to something else and then come back, then I won't throw things on the floor so much. I don't know what causes it, but it definitely happens to me. Let's get rid of apiary out of there. One thing I want to do, look at that, we've got a zombie in here. Skeleton, I think. Yeah, skeleton. One thing I want to do is I want to go back to that NPC village at some point and get those apiaries that we saw, because they're going to be useful. The earlier we set them up, we can't automate it yet, so we're not going to get a great deal of resource out of it, but we might as well get that set up as early as we can. Now this gravel also comes in very useful when you're mining down in the depths, but for that really we need a shovel. So let's grab a bit of wood. Something else we do need is a bit more wood. We don't have much at all. Let's grab a bit of wood, a couple of sticks. We don't have many torches either. So let's grab a shovel. I should have made a cobble one really. That was a bit of a waste. And let's make some more torches. In fact, let's use all that wood we've got there. And let's make it onto torches. Your crafting square, if it's something that just takes a 2x2, you can just use your little crafting square there. For things that, so I could make torches up there. Anything that's bigger than 2x2. So, for example, if I'm making a sword, which is 2 bits of material there, that's obviously wouldn't fit a 2x2 grid. But that's pretty basic. I'm sure you know what that's about. Did I get some pants off that guy? Thanks, guy. Give me his pants when he died. Excellent. When you're caving, it is useful to take wood with you. I think it's night time, isn't it? Let's sleep. Let's sleep. Excellent. I don't think I slept here last episode, so now our spawn set here. So we've got a home base. Before we go any further, I'm just going to go back up to the surface and do a little bit of mining. A little bit of wood gathering. That stuff there is amber. It's not massively useful. You can use it in Foundcraft for certain stuff, and it looks quite nice. You can, if you get enough of it, you can place it into blocks. And typical of brought my pick as soon as I've left the house. So I'm just going to go to some nearby trees, get us a bit of wood. Because when you're down at the start of a game, when you're down in the world, all you really need with you is a stack of sticks. And then whenever your pick breaks, you can make a new pick out of cobble if you need to. At some point we're going to want to get an iron pick. I think I've got an iron pick looted from a chest. But we as long as you've got sticks you can make cobble, and as long as you've got sticks and you get some coal while you're down there, you can make more torches. So, oh, we don't have enough food, do we? Of course. I've neglected to get food. That's the other thing you need to get when you first start up. So, there's it, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, food, shelter, warmth, that kind of thing. So we don't have enough food. Sorry, chicken. Now we have some food. There's a Stonecraft tree over there, that blue tree. We'll come to them later on. Oh, some piggy down there, I think. Use some piggy. That stuff's quicksand. We're very careful with that. We're in a biome called a mini jungle, so that is quicksand. That'll be, I need to get some food first really, but that'll be 3 deep. So it's a 3x3 square of quicksand. If you fall in that, you'll sink, suffocate and die, lose all your stuff. So you've got to be very careful when you're in jungle biomes because of stuff like that. Let's kill Mr. Piggy there. Let's give it a few bits of steak. Come here, piggy. Oh, look at that. Ninja pig climbing up a tree. And now, because I'm starving, taking damage, but as long as we get back, cook this food up, we should be fine. We should be fine. It's a bit of a test this actually. I'm pretty sure that starving, you go down to half a heart, so it shouldn't kill me this. Falling off there while I'm starving might not help, but I should be able to get down here. I could eat this stuff raw, of course. This I've got a couple of bits of pork. I've got 1 bit of pork, that's unfortunate. 1 bit of pork, 1 bit of chicken. Could cook it raw, but you get more hunger filled back up from it by eating it cooked. So I'm going to throw it in there with some coal. And we'll see now if I actually starve to death. I don't think I starved to death. I think I'll stop it there at half a heart. Yeah. So let's get a bit of chicken. So I was going to go down into the depths, but of course we need to get some food sorted first. So a bit of chicken there, give me 3 bits of food on my hunger bar there, and that gave me 3 more. Unfortunately, I only got 2 and not 3. If I'd have got 3, it'd have put me back to the point where I'd regen. No, I'm not going to regen, so I put myself in a bit of a situation here, which could have been totally avoided if I'd have been paying more attention. I want another pick. I want my iron pick with me as well, and we could do with a sword because that wooden one's about to break. I'll take that steel axe because that wooden axe is about to break as well. So for now, I'll keep the gravel on me. I want to get 2 bits of cobble and a stick. Need to make some sticks first. I'll turn all this for now. I'll turn all that into planks, and then I'll turn 64, so many of the planks into 64 sticks, and then I'm going to make a sword. And now I've got a stone sword, and the rest of the wood Go in there for now. So we've got some gravel, we've got some sticks. They're pretty much two things you want to take with you when you're mining, when you cave. Well, not obviously the only two things, but two useful things. I'll show you why I want the gravel later. Another useful thing to carry around is a bucket of water, which we unfortunately haven't got yet, because we need iron for that. I was hoping these trees may have dropped some apples, but I don't think they're apple oaks. Then maybe. Again, I'm not really used to this texture pack, so I'm not 100% sure what kind of trees these are. Yeah, they're oak wood, so these should drop apples, or have a chance of dropping apples. If we get lucky, we'll get a couple of apples out of this. But I can't rely on that. We're very careful about jumping off stuff, because obviously with half a heart, the slightest bit of fall damage is going to be pretty bad. Pretty bad. Now, let's head across to where them pigs were. And I think we need to really deal with our food situation before we do anything else. I was hoping to go mining down at the bottom of the map near the diamond level, as I said it's called. Oh, we did get another bit of pork, but I left it behind. Foolish. I do want to go down and mining down at the diamond level, but we're doing this to sort our food out first. So this episode, or at least the first half of it, is going to be sorting food out. I haven't seen any more pigs. There's plenty near the village, weren't they? So we're probably going to have to end up going back to the village. Here's a couple. Here's at least one pig anyway. Here we go. Here's a couple of pigs. So let's get our stone sword. Excuse me. Get our stone sword. Kill a couple of piggies. Some chickens up there as well, so we'll have them. And thank you. And then we'll head back to our base, cook this stuff up, get ourselves back to full health, and then we'll go on a bit of a trip, I think, back to the village to get some food supplies. And that maybe we don't have to actually. There'll be some carrots there, which are good for feeding pigs, but we don't really need pigs. I prefer chickens or cows. So I really prefer cows. Chickens are good because they give feathers, which is good for thaumcraft. I can hear a zombie, if you're careful. Yeah, chickens are good for feathers. We've got a bit of food. Let's head back. Cows are good for leather. We need quite a bit of leather. Breaking this grass like this gives you a chance of getting seeds. That's henequin. That's not as useful as it could be. Henequin is from Zycraft. You can use it to make string, I believe. But there's also flax seeds that I think make string quicker. I'll have to check henequin. I've not grown any henequin for quite a while. I generally just use flax. So breaking these bits of grass, we don't have to use a pick, so you can just use a bit of grass or sapling, as you can see here. Gets us some seeds. So if we break some on the way back, that's going to give us some stuff we can plant when we get back. Start growing, hopefully, some wheats. Say if we want pigs, we'd have to get carrots, which would mean going back to the village. But if we want to grow cows, we just need wheat. And if we want to grow chickens, we just need seeds, which you get from growing wheat. So hopefully we'll get some wheat seeds. We've not got any yet. We've got some flax, which we'll need. That's good. Plant some corn as an extra food source, which is also good. But with a bit of luck, before we get back, we'll get some actual wheat seeds as well. There we go, there's some seeds, so that'll make us some wheat. It's not going to be much at all. And we are going to need a bucket because we're going to need a water source. So, there we go, 2 of them, that'll do. That's a start. I think we'll go back, find some iron. See if we've got any iron in our chest there. Cook up a little bit of iron. And then get a bucket so we can get a water source. Then we can start cooking this stuff up. Something else I've not done is I've not put a waypoint where my base was, which is silly. I think it's up here. Yep, there's the quicksand that we saw. So make sure you waypoint stuff. so you know where you're going. And let's do this dangerous bit of getting down here without taking any fall damage. Bloop, bloop. There's my house. Excellent. I say a house. More of a hole in the floor. It's not really a house. Okay. Safely down. Let's get down. Let's get this stuff cooked up before we get in any more trouble. So unfortunately I think I've used all the coal. No, I've not got loads of coal. Put a bit of coal in there. I can hear a zombie. Let's light this up a little bit better. Just to be on the safe side while that bit of chicken cooks. That'll do us. We're still going to get stuff coming in from the outside, but I'm going to wall this off at some point. Make it a bit safer. I'm hoping that zombie's actually down there. If it's down there, it won't be an issue. Night's coming in. So let's get this stuff cooked up. Nom nom nom. There we go. So I'll be reading it now. I'll keep that chicken on me. We had some seeds in there as well. So all that other stuff can go in there for now. And we need some iron. Have we got any iron yet? I've got some iron, so I'm just going to cook up 3 bits of iron. Because we don't want to cook up much until we can double our iron up, which is going to take a while. So I'm only going to cook up iron as I need it for now. I'm going to sleep to get rid of monsters nearby. So he's pretty close wherever he is. Probably underneath us. Probably just down there. Let's have a look. I'll take it a bit easy to start with. Make sure we don't risk ourselves too much. It's very dark down here. I don't see that zombie, so there must be something. There must be another hole around here somewhere. He sounds really close. And the fact I can't sleep must mean he's pretty close. Let me back up, please. Thank you. That's all cooked. Let's get 3 iron cuts to get the bucket. I wonder where he is. Damn guy. And let's put them saplings in there for now. So this is always a bit slow, starting up. We can't automate anything just yet because we need to go have a good mining session. We've got a bit of food, probably not enough to keep us going, but it should last us a while. So we've got 3 iron there. 3 iron gets us a bucket in that pattern. So now we can go get a water source. Now I want to make a eternal spring. So that is, you need 3 blocks or more. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have 4 blocks. I'm going to knock them 2 out and the 2 next to them there. I'm going to take 2 journeys to a water source here and make a little eternal spring down there. What that means is we've got a source of water in our base. We'll upgrade that later using... I thought I'd slept. Did I not sleep? We'll upgrade that later using machines, but for now it's a little water source is all we need. So let us sleep. And not got a bow yet, have I? No bow, no. I should really take my portal gun when I go mining as well. But as you probably ain't got a portal gun, I'm not going to bother. Because it makes it a little bit unfair. It'll make it a little bit quicker though. Yeah, you can't rely on getting a portal gun. I think if I put the seed for this world, I'm sure the seed will generate the chest differently, so you're not guaranteed by any means to get a portal gun from that same chest that I got one from. Right, get some water. And then we'll run back up there. I'll have to do 2 little journeys down here. So I'll just jump back up there. And put them in there. So the 2 main ways of making a water source is, one is this method, making a square. Why am I in there? in the jungle here because the water's a funny colour. So that's actually not what we wanted, because obviously if I start making bees, I want them within chunk load. I want them to be loaded when I'm logged in, and we want the bees to be in at normal, and the jungle I think is damp, not normal. So you put a water block in each corner, and that makes it, if you see the water's not flowing, so now if I take a bucket of water from there, it'll just replace itself. So now we've got a water source. Very good. And we can take some of our seeds. We're going to need a hoe, so we need a bit of wood, 2 bits of stick. No, we don't. We need 2 bits of wood, 2 bits of stick. I'll put that stuff in there for now. That gets us a... Why you no hoe? Because that's wood. Oh, I keep messing up. Keep messing up. 2 bits of wood, not 2 bits of wood plank, not logs. That gives us a hoe. Excellent. Time to farm. That guy knows what's up. And I'm going to plant the flax. I'm going to plant the seeds. And I'm going to plant the corn. I'm not going to bother with the henequen yet. Let's plant the henequen. Let's plant all of it. So what I'm going to do down here, I could have just planted them on the edge of this, of course, but I wanted a water source anyway, so I thought I might as well. So yeah, I suppose here we'll do 2 blocks in each direction. I'll get the hoe out. I'll put the water in there, and I'm going to get the hoe and do 2 blocks each side. Just a little farm to start us off, until we can start automating stuff. 1, 2, 3. There we go, and then plant all this stuff. Get our things in corners, I think, and then flax. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops, only got 5 of them. Okay. And let's see what this henequen does for us. I can always get rid of it if it's not as useful as I'd like it to be. And then I'm going to spread the wheat around there. We'll get a bit more wheat, so we can leave that for now. Now, in Minecraft, things only stayed loaded in as long as you're close. If we was to go mining and we went, say, quite a few blocks in any direction, this area would stop being loaded and that stuff would stop growing. So what you need to do is, at some point, now you obviously can't make it yet, you're going to need a thing called a chunk loader. Let's have a quick look at one of them. So a chunk loader, quite expensive, takes an enchantment table. Enchantment table needs diamonds, obsidian, and a book, and then you surround that with gold and an ender pearl. So it is quite an expensive bit of kit, especially when you're starting up. But once you've got one of them, then you have one of them in your base, and everything around your base will stay loaded then. So if you're on a server, it'll stay loaded if you're offline, as long as your server's set that way. It can be set so that you have to be online for it to stay loaded, depending on your server admin. And if you're single player, obviously, if you go mining or go to anywhere else, your base will stay loaded. So once you've got stuff auto processing, or once you've got farms going and stuff like that, they'll keep going. So one thing I didn't do, which I said I should have, and I still should, is press B, call it home, not home eh, oh, call it home. Now we've got a waypoint here, so we can find our way back a bit easier. And we're going to head down. There's a couple of ways of going down. One, you can just go down through caves like this. Looks like we're outdoors down there, so maybe a bit brighter than I thought it was. So one way down is just going through caves. Oh, getting squashed by gravel. It was a bit silly. Getting attacked by a spider. It's super hostile in play. What's going on? Hello, spider. This is quite a big place. We've got a zombie. Now this is a red eye zombie. That's a normal one. See, the eyes are not red. And this guy here, he's a red eye. What red eye is a Thaumcraft zombie. They're a bit harder. They hurt a bit more. They've got a bit more hit points, and they can drop zombie brains, which that one didn't drop. They can drop zombie brains. This is very dark and full of mobs. Very scary. Come here. Come here. Okay, let's light this area up a bit. Oh, that's water. Throw a few torches down. We'll start looking at some of the resources we've got here. So yeah, that does open up to the outside. Don't want to blow them up near resources. So we want, oops, so we want, just to prove, blew that copper up. Actually, it dropped the copper, didn't destroy it, so that's useful. So because I don't know what any of these materials are, because of the texture pack, a little bit curious to see what things are. So what's that stuff? Aluminium ore. Okay, we don't need a lot of that. We end up with a lot of that later on anyway when we're quarrying. And, pretty much the only thing I use that for is for making nice looking walls. So I'm not going to actively mine that. I'm going to use a wooden pick where I can. Save my iron one for now. Okay, need the iron one for that. Fool. I don't think I used the iron one at first today. My first mine some copper. I thought I could use wood for copper. Clearly I cannot. Okay, I must have made one earlier then. Now, I said I shouldn't do that. You shouldn't. I just mined the block directly underneath me. There could have been a 40 metre hole there. So that's a no-no. Should never do that. Pretend you didn't see that. That stuff there is Zycraft stuff. We don't need to actively mine that yet either. There is some stuff we could get. We can make some, in fact we'll take a bit of it actually. We can make things that make our plants grow quicker. But I'm not sure if you need the green ones for that. Let's have a quick check. So you cook this into ingots. So I've clicked on U when I was most of it there. It takes a little bit of time. Cook that into ingots. So if you press U mousing over the ingot, see what that goes into. And goes into all sorts of blocks. I'm looking forward to see if it can be used in engineering blocks and stuff. And lights. Light engineering brick, okay. What does light engineering brick go into? We might actually need the green ones to make the plant thing. Ice. Valve, fabricator. Okay, we can use any colour for the fabricator then. I think. Don't have to worry about what this stuff is. This is for Zycraft tanks. We'll come to that a later time. We can make a fabricator using light ones, so they're pretty useful for that. Stone, crafting table, iron ingot. It's probably worth making one of them. So we'll grab a bit more of that stuff if we see it. This stuff here is monazite. That's for force fields, so we don't have to worry about that for now. That's well down the line, making force fields. Come here, you. So he didn't drop us a zombie brain either. Bit tight. Can hear plenty of zombies. Again, there's another one. They don't look very much different in this texture pack. They look, they're all dressed as Steves, by the look of it. Let's light up this place a bit. We've got plenty of resources up here actually. We don't have to go mining down below too quick. You see, I've used my sword up there, which is not ideal. I haven't got a weapon. This glowing stuff, this is Zycraft shards. We'll grab some of them. One of the first things I like to make is Boots of the Traveller from Zycraft, because you can travel quicker. We're going to grab that stuff that was there in a second. This stuff is Applied Energistics Quartz. That's going to be very useful for us, but we're going to need quite a lot of that to get going with a Applied Energistics ME network. That, we already had some up there, is uranium. We use that for primarily breeding bees, but then later on for some other stuff. Let's grab some ore, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut the camera, do a bit more mining. I'm going to make a cobble sword, just so I've got a weapon. Like so. I'll cut the camera a bit, do a bit more mining, and then when I get back to the house with the gear I've got full inventory, I'll come back on. I shall see you in a bit. Okay, we're back up to the base. I've got quite a full inventory there, so I'm just going to dump all that into a chest. Which chest do I want to dump it into? I'm going to have to start organising these chests, so it's no good just dumping everything into one. I'm going to want them separate into like resources, stuff that needs processing, and such like. So there we go. So we've got our first little bit of mining done. We've got some useful stuff now. Luckily, I've got armour from the chest in the village. If you don't get armour, I'd advise you to use some of your iron at this point to make some armour. It seems like a bit of a waste, but at some point you'll have like thousands of iron. So, although it is really useful to use your iron at the start for making your first machines and stuff, when you're mining, and you need to do some mining, when you're mining, it's really useful to have yourself some iron armour. You'll survive a lot better with some armour than without. So bear that in mind. Personally, I think it's worth the risk. I think it's 27 iron in total for a full set of armour, if you've got none. But if you was lucky like me, there'll be a village somewhere near, and it might have some armour in there for you. So I'm just going to make a cobble pick, because that's why, of course, I was trying to mine the copper with a wooden pick. It's a cobble pick that I needed, or stone pick as it's called. Our iron pick's nearly dead. So yeah, I think that's going to be probably a good wrapping up point for the second episode. I've not done much, but I'm purposely trying to keep this a little bit slow. I don't want to rush off and do loads of stuff. So all you really want to be doing the first few hours, and I'm going to do a bit more off camera, is do a lot of mining. So before we go though, I am going to show you another way of getting down to... All I've done is mined up in this area here. I've not actually been any lower. What was that? Oh, a bit of coal on the floor there. I've not really been any lower than just around this area. I've had a little look. Dead end down that way. I've been up there. So I'm still at level 54, so we're a long way down to the good stuff. So your next step, you're going to want to be going down to lava level. Now, lava level is a little bit different in Feed the Beast, because we've got a mod in here called flat bedrock. If you're playing vanilla, the liquid lava, when you find like big lakes of lava and stuff, it'll be at level 11. Because we've got flat bedrock in, it actually puts it up to level 12. So your safe mining level when you're playing Feed the Beast is level 12. That's what level I go down to. So there's a couple of ways of going down. One, you can work your way down steps and stuff. Or if you're a bit brave or foolish, I don't know which, you could just make yourself a stack of stairs and just go straight down. You have got extra danger of that. There's a couple of dangerous things with that. One is you can go straight into a pool of lava, or two, you can go into a big drop. So the safest way is... where's my shovel? There's my shovel. Safest way, of course, is just going, making a stairway down. So I'm just going to make a quick stairway down to the good level. So you need to do 1, 2, 3 each level. You'll bang your head on the way up every go. Some people like to do an extra level because they don't like the thought of banging their head on the way down, but you don't actually do any damage. So I'm going to go pretty much straight down here, like so. All pretty basic stuff. Went too far there. No, I didn't. Trick of the sound and the light. This stuff's cinnabar. It makes quicksilver, which is useful later on, but not massively useful just yet. We'll be using that later on for turning it into mercury, which use the GregTech grinders to get a better return from certain ores. I made that long-winded, didn't I? Grab this blue chlorium stuff on the way down. So at the minute, I'm trying to kind of preserve my tools as much as I can. I've used the iron pick a lot more than I should have, really. I should have been looking after it a bit better. That's gravel, I think. So gravel, what you can do. What I didn't do upstairs when you saw me get trapped under it is, right at the bottom one, put a torch there. And the gravel will fall into the torch and it'll just pop into your inventory. That's quite a useful way of getting gravel. Oops, didn't mean to do that. So break it, right click, the gravel will drop on that and it'll save you. It'll save you having to use your shovel so much. So I'm going to have to do the same there because all that gravel's going to fall on us. Oops. Fail. There we go. And then I can just get rid of that now. And again. So let's just turn around instead. Let's go this way. Keep working our way down. And because we're staying pretty close to our base, during the times when it's daylight, our crops up there should be growing. So we should have no problem with them growing. When we get up there, they should be partly grown because I've been down here maybe a day or so. So still quite high up, 37. So I'm going to cut this back in a sec when we're a bit lower. So I'm back a little bit lower. I used my iron pickup, so I didn't do what I said I was doing. I didn't preserve my resources at all. I wasted my pick. We've come down, I'm at level 21 and it's opened up into another bit of a cave network, so I'm going to have a look around. This should be able to get us down to a good level. There we've got some redstone, which I can't mine now because I've used my pick, like an idiot. So we're down to level 14 here, that's Nikolite, which I also can't mine. So this is the level we're going to be coming down to, even though I've made a cock of it. Let's go down there. So make sure you always light stuff up. So I've run out of torches, but because I've got torches and coal on me, make another stack. Because I've got sticks and coal, should I say? So make another stack. So that's why you always want to keep sticks on you. Now I'm going to have to go back up before I can mine anything else. So I'm probably going to finish the episode down here. But have a little look around. So there's some lava. That's not flowing lava. That's just running lava. But it still burns the same, so you've got to be careful. That's some ruby. It's very useful. Again, need a better pick. Some lapis there. That looks like silver. So I'm going to come back down here with a decent pick. In my effort not to waste too much time, I was not concentrating. I used the wrong pickup. Ooh. See there, without the armour, I'd have definitely been dead. So the armour saved my life there. I still took a lot of damage, but I would have definitely been dead without that. Definitely. One of the things I want to make us pretty soon, I'll show you how to make, is an ender pouch, an ender chest. I've got to go on a little journey for that. What that does, you can store most of your stuff inside your ender pouch, ender chest. If you do die, you don't lose nowhere near as much stuff as if you had it all in your bag. But emeralds, they're not actually emeralds, they're green sapphires. Very useful. Right, so I'm going to finish the episode here. I apologise if I haven't shown much. It's just been a bit more of a general let's play than an actual guide, but I kind of wanted to show that you do have to do a bit of manual mining before you start making stuff, because we need a good stock of materials, and it does get you a bit of XP as well. So the coal and stuff gives you XP. So you can see I'm up to 19 levels, which is pretty useful. Not sure what that is. I need a better pick for that as well. Yeah. So I'm going to work my way back up to the house off camera, and I'll come back down here with a better pick. And the reason why I want to show you down here, just before I go, is what I'm going to do is I'm going to find level 12, like I said I was going to, and I'll do a thing called strip mining. So let's go back to where we came down. We came down over here somewhere, I think. We came down from up there, yeah. So once we're down at level 12, I'm going to go a bit lower. Come on, hurry up. Giving you good people. Hang on for far too long. So there's level 12. So once you're at level 12, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start mining in a straight line for so long. Then once I get down, I'm going to go 2 blocks across 3 blocks across, and then start mining down again. That's a vanilla basic. It's called strip mining. What it does is you get to see all the bits of ore in this wall, and then so you can get any useful bits of ore out as you go in, and then leave 2 blocks in the middle. You go down, you get to see all the bits of ore in this wall and this wall. Then you go down again, 2 across. You can go a good like 50 meters in the direction there. So 2 across, and then I can't mine that thing there. But so a bit of strip mining like that. So that's what I'm going to be doing off camera. I'm going to get a good chest full of materials, and I'll see you next time. So I hope that was worth watching. I hope it wasn't too boring to see me doing really basic vanilla stuff. So next time you see me, I should have a decent amount of materials, and we should be able to actually start making some stuff. So I hope you join me then. Cheers. Bye.